The 21st century, a century where early inventions like the telephone, made to lessen the burden of communication, have evolved into something beyond our past imaginations. A whole new world, a place packed with ideas we've never thought of. Our dominant and only source of information, all inside one tiny screen we carry around in our pockets every single day. Quite hard to believe that we've come to such a point in time, right? We've also come to a point in time where the internet has shaped our identities and lives greatly. With this platform known as the internet, we can easily access information, which might look like something useful and helpful in this complex world. But remember, wherever there's light, there's always a shadow. Disinformation, something spreading around like wildfire in this day and age. It is turned into such a big deal that I had to go through so many articles, so many headlines, and fact check almost every single sentence I'm about to say. But I still did it. It was a long, tiring, and tedious process. But I wouldn't want to misinform you all. Moving on, let's talk about the constant change in ourselves. The constant change in our identities, the biggest dilemma you have gone through, the biggest dilemma teenagers are going through. Who are we? What makes us us? Our identities. In this context, our identities have no longer remained static, but are constantly evolving. Thus the term evolving identities. I think we're all aware about these weird fashion trends going on, right? These loose t-shirts with a huge back print on the back, with some really loose cargo pants with hundreds of pockets in them. Do you actually think we're gonna use all those pockets? From a 13-year-old perspective, it's quite hard to keep up with these trends. It feels like every single second, one thing or the other is popping up that I ought to buy, just because it's trending. Coming back to disinformation, the rapid spread of disinformation is observable everywhere, in fact. Let me ask you all a question, okay? Has disinformation even impacted our lives? How has a tiny piece of misinformation changed the course of our actions and decisions? Does it even have some consequences or something? Elucidate the following in 100 to 120 words. Please understand, you ought to attempt this question as if it's a 5-marker with a proper introduction and a proper conclusion, okay? Just kidding. I'm not going to assess you all over the topic that I'm here to tell you about, right? I have another example that I like to share with you all. I think teenagers can relate it to the most. Whenever we like something that looks or sounds unhealthy, our parents will be behind our backs, sending us articles day and night about how that food can harm us. And when you ask them, Mama, Papa, where did you get these articles from? They're always like, remember that one society friend group I have on my phone? Yeah, my friend sent it to me on that. And they're so stuck on that opinion that they won't budge or believe in something that goes against it. This is what triggered my observation. The easy manipulation of people due to disinformation. This is a pie chart. This pie chart represents the responses I obtained after I conducted an independent study where I went around my grade, showing students an article about how one of their favorite social media platforms might get banned. To talk about social media playing a big role in impacting our decisions, social media algorithms prioritize content we would like to see and hear, be it false information, or something true we would like to hear. So here's the graph. 23.1% of students accepted the fact that their favorite social media platform might get banned, while 76.9% were in denial. You might be thinking, Shivain, can't these kids just be smart and tell disinformation from actual information? Well, here I asked teachers who've had less interaction with social media while growing up. See how everybody's varying interaction with social media has impacted their response? This is where the psychology of belief comes into play. The psychology of belief delves into the idea of how we form beliefs and how misinformation can take hold. There are multiple aspects to it, but I'll be talking about two, which are quite relevant in this time. The confirmation bias and social influence. The confirmation bias is when we believe in things just because it fits in with something we already know, while social influence is us forming a belief according to the people around us. To put it in simpler terms, it is when we form beliefs because the people around us believe in the same thing. As we are forming beliefs according to the people around us, but also forming beliefs according to the things we see. Remember those 30-second advertisements that you have to watch while you're watching TV, or those 5